Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about some of the updates that Honda brought to the JEREZ test on Monday. Now, the worst kept secret on the planet was released on Monday, and here we are looking at the classic HRC chassis that they've been using with Marquez, Mir and Rins during this season. You will also now see the updated Calyx chassis, and I pointed out a few of the main differences within the Calyx chassis, but what I did point out the last day was that if you look at the bottom hole in the fairing there, you will see that the exhaust is in a different position. You will also see that the clutch is very different on the new Calyx chassis, so they're definitely trying some experimental parts within the engine and clutch, but also I definitely reckon that they have changed how the engine sits within the Calyx frame. Now, the next thing that I noticed is that on the side fairing on Mir's bike here, you can see it just above where the downward scoop is. There is now a new element there as well. Now, Bradl was running this during the race weekend, but both riders, as in Rins and Mir, did test this during the test. Here is a closer up version of it, so it's definitely something to do with ground effect for the side pod. Also, you will notice here on Rins's bike, they did have the new system in place for the side pod, but they also had a new downward duct, like the bunny ears on the Ducati and the KTM. Here is another version for Honda that they seemed to be testing. Also, where the Dinosaur wings are, you will see there's now like a little end cap, which I thought was a little bit weird as it may cause drag, but it could be helping the bike to sit down and give more weight onto the rear tire. Also, you will see here is that Rins was running a new front nose cone, and you can see there's like a V in the front of the nose cone. And also, if you would look at the 12 o'clock position to where his right hand is, you will notice how curved the nose cone section is there. Now, if we look at the one Mir was running during the race weekend, you will see at the 12 o'clock position of where his hand is, it is in a more V shape. So there's definitely some changes. Also, you'll see on the front of the nose cone, it is very smooth compared to the V indentation that was there for Rins. Finally, one of the things that I did notice as well was that on the rear swing arm, both sides, they were running this duct. Now, it does look kind of basic, and it kind of gives you an understanding of what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to help the rear of the bike. I initially thought it was for some sort of cooling, but obviously it is not. It's definitely to drive air onto it. But it was just a very interesting concept, I thought. The last thing that I did want to mention was that Bradl did crash the new Calyx frame, and Mir did get to try the new Calyx frame. However, when Mir got to try it, it was only a sighting lap as there was an electronics issue or an electrical issue from the crash. All in all, I think while the times may not have really said it, it was a positive test for HRC. They have been, let's just say, they're trying things and they're trying to get out of the hole. So I will definitely give them credit. Is the Calyx frame going to be the answer? We don't know. People have said, Joe, that the Calyx frame was given a spec from Honda to build. Of course, that is only natural. Calyx don't have a Motogp frame that they can give to someone. So my view of this is Honda would have given them a spec to build it to, and now the development starts that they put mileage on that frame. They understand where they need to improve that frame from. So I do believe that this is only the start of the development cycle now for the Calyx frame. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think of the updates that Honda have brought? Do you think this is going to help them? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.